I'm going to share with you 7 really easy, simple tricks to keep your wardrobe decluttered. This is for those of you who never ever want to have to do a major closet overhaul again. And this has stood the test of time. I haven't had to do a major closet overhaul in years because I've been using these tricks. They're so easy. There's no capsule wardrobes, no complicated rules. And I'm not just going to tell you, I'm going to show you examples of how I actually do this in day-to-day life. My number 1 rule is what I call the hanger rule. That means in my closet, I have a specific number of hangers and I never ever get any more. It's really as simple as that. That means that if I bring in, for example, a new dress, all the hangers are full, I have to get rid of one and replace it with the new one. That alone means you will always have the same number of dresses, the same number of tops in your closet, and you'll never have to do a huge overhaul again. This also ensures that I am constantly upgrading the quality of my wardrobe, because if something comes in, I have to like that something better than something else that's already in my wardrobe. So we're constantly upgrading the quality. It also helps me to think more strategically about my purchases because it has to, again, be good enough to replace something. So let me show you what this actually looks like. Recently, I bought this top, and this is one of the first times I've worn it. All my hangers are full. So before I took the tags off of it, I decided which item was going to go. And this one was actually pretty easy. There is a yellow sweater that I just knew that I don't love. It's not really my color. It's not really my style. I haven't worn it in a long time. So that was pretty easy. Get rid of that, put the shirt in. Now, it doesn't mean that it goes in the exact same place, but now I freed up a hanger for this shirt. However, after that, it gets harder because I had a second item that I really liked, and it wasn't so easy. I didn't have something that I immediately went to say, I don't want this anymore. So I started at the beginning and I touched every item. I don't necessarily take it off, but I touch it and I say, would I rather wear this new thing or this? And I was able to find something that I realized I didn't love as much. I hadn't worn in a long time and I'd much rather wear the new top. Now, this also works to help me decide not to keep something. So this is a shirt I got actually in the same order that I got this shirt, and it's fine. I don't hate it. It's fine. But I realized I definitely do not love it more than the things that are already in my closet. So it is going back. It will be returned. Now, I want to emphasize that if you do rule 1 alone, you will have done 90% of the work, but these next rules are going to help you take it to the next level without stress. So, secondly, do what I call asking why. Now, that sounds really simple. What that means is whenever you get dressed, ask yourself, why did I pick this over something else? So if I'm going to wear a dress and I go to choose one, I like to think when I'm literally like thumbing through the dresses, I like to think, okay, I kind of want this one, but no, I'm going to wear this one instead. Why? Why did I not choose to wear this one, for example? And I did this recently and I realized there are some really interesting and subtle reasons why we choose one item over another, or why we tend to wear certain items way more than others. And in the case of this particular dress, I realized that the reason I wasn't wearing it, I love the dress. It's comfortable. I love the way it looks, but it's because I like to wear a tank top under it. And my navy tank top, I don't love that tank top. It's a little bit thicker and looser than what I like to wear under things. And that was the only reason why I wasn't gravitating toward this dress. So now I get to decide, is that a problem I can actually fix? Do I want to get myself a new navy tank top that I really like? In this case, my answer was yes, because I have several situations where I wear that tank top. If the answer were no, like there isn't a navy tank top on planet Earth that I actually like, I might choose to get rid of this. Other common reasons why you might not love something, it's often shoes. If I don't have shoes that I love that are comfortable, I choose not to wear that item. Or the accessories, obviously the way it feels, if it's too tight, if I feel self-conscious in it. So always ask yourself, and do this right after you got dressed, why did I choose this item over everything else? If you want your days to go smoother and to feel better, here's what you should do. In your closet should only be what fits today and you could wear today. So if an item is something that you would not feel comfortable in until you lose 5 or 10 pounds, or until you repair something or, fix a problem. It doesn't belong in your closet. In your closet is only what you could wear today if it were the appropriate occasion. So like, for example, if you don't wear dresses every day, then if this were a day that you were wearing a dress, say you only wear dresses to church, if today were a church day, would you wear one of these dresses? If there's one that you wouldn't wear, it does not belong in your closet. Now, in some cases, it may be right to get rid of it. In other cases, you put it elsewhere. But the last thing you want to do when you're getting ready is to face a closet full of clothes that make you feel bad because you need to change something about them or yourself in order to wear it. Now, this one is definitely a little bit controversial. I realize this, but this really, really works for me. And that is, I do not change my clothes seasonally. People ask about when I rotate clothes or how no, I don't. I really don't. So, first of all, this is very simple. There's no clothing rotation needed. Secondly, though, and this is the real reason why I do it, here in the Midwest of the United States, our weather is such that there are really only 2 months out of the year. One, the hottest month of the summer, and the coldest month of the winter, that I would only wear that season's clothes. Even in, like, let's say August, I need some cool clothes because some of those mornings are cool. And even in, let's say, December, I definitely, there are some pretty warm days in December where I need some short sleeves. So for me, it is just simpler to leave all of the clothes out. Plus, often air conditioning is cool. So I still want a long sleeve or a sweater, even in the heat of summer and things like that. So it's just simpler for me to leave all of the clothes in there together and not have a seasonal rotation. This is the rule that I personally struggle to follow the most, but I feel so much better when I follow it really well. And that is to return items that you don't want. Be very liberal about returning items to the store. Just like that example I shared where that shirt, it's fine. I could wear it. If it was the only shirt I had, of course I would wear it, but I don't love it. I don't feel amazing in it. There's other things I love more, so I'm going to return it. The faster you return things and the more you build returns into your routine, the better it will go. And if you're someone like me who has this really bad habit of saying you'll return things, letting them pile up, and then forgetting until it's too late, here's what you need to do. Put a day on your calendar every month. This is return day. I will return everything that is needed on this day. That way it's never more than 30 days, and you're just going to do it on that day. Also, when I do this, I trick myself into actually getting it done because I know I'm going to have to do it when the day comes. So I'm already out. I may as well go ahead and return it. And I put it off for silly reasons. Like I think it's going to be hard. I'm going to have to find, an envelope to put it in or a box to put it in. I'm going to have to find some tape. I'm going to have to print out the thing. Although many, many places these days, even if you ordered it online, will let you return items and drop them off without even packaging. And again, you don't want to waste the item. You only want what you love. And there is no possible way when I see something online and I order it to know if I'm going to love it. And even if I tried it on in the store, am I going to love it when I get it home, when I wear it for 5 minutes, when I see it with everything else? So return generously. Some of you may be thinking, all of these rules sound great, but my wardrobe right now is totally chaotic and out of control. What do you do then? I say you should declare wardrobe bankruptcy. I like to declare bankruptcy in so many areas. Sometimes it's the only way to move forward. So what you're going to do when you do this, that means you take everything out. I would just go take all these things out. I would find somewhere else to put them, whether it's in the corner of my bedroom, anywhere else that they can go. And then you're going to go, I would say anywhere from 2 to 6 weeks. Whatever you wear in that time goes back in the closet. Everything else can pretty much go. Go ahead and get rid of it. If you want to, go ahead and box it up in donation boxes. If you didn't reach for it, it can go. If you really feel like you need to, you can go through it really quickly one more time to say, is there anything of sentimental value or anything that, for some reason you overlooked and you really want to keep. But declaring bankruptcy can be a great way to give yourself that reset. As a little bonus tip, it's really, really important, as with anything, to pay attention to what we are bringing in, which I've addressed several times throughout the video. And one of the things that has helped me a lot is to think about just the overall global impact of my choices, including my clothing choices, that it really isn't doing anybody any favors when I'm buying way more than I need and I'm immediately donating it and we're just ending up with more and more stuff. So I've really tried to think about that. I'm not perfect. I still make decisions that I don't think are the best when it comes to my clothing, but I've really tried to use that as an added motivation for myself, and it really has helped cut down on my impulse clothing buys. This rule is especially about being able to walk into your closet and love what you see. And that is, I know it sounds obvious, but to wear what you love and don't worry so much about all the fashion rules. I went on a whole journey years ago. I was working in a boring day job that was a desk job. I was an engineer and I was very shy. I didn't want to be seen. I wanted to blend in. And so I just wore things that were super duper boring, like super boring. And I realized like that's how I was showing up in the world. So I finally said, what would I wear if I didn't care what everybody thought of me and I didn't just want to blend in? And I started buying clothes and trying on all different clothes. And now I wear a lot of fun, bright colors that I like, that make me feel happy. So don't be afraid to choose the clothes that you love. And it will also be easier to keep your wardrobe decluttered when you're giving yourself permission to wear what it is that truly makes you feel like you. If you want to hear a little bit more in depth about that journey that I talked about, where I went from dressing just to blend in and to dressing the way that I loved, I have an entire video that talks about that and also talks about some concepts for keeping your wardrobe decluttered. So go ahead and watch that video next.